Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Randy Lee, and we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We appreciate all of you out there joining us this afternoon, whether that be on 105.1 The Lake or Charter Channel 3 or WOTM, Charter, multiple channels across the Charter and Spectrum dial. Also, Facebook Live, all of you out there, any way you choose to find us, Twitter, Periscope, we're out there, we're everywhere. We appreciate, if you're trying to avoid us, you're going to have a hard time doing it. We, again, appreciate all of you out there. We'd love to hear from you today, love to interact with you in some way. So dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. A lot to talk about. It is Georgia Week down in Auburn, the oldest, Deep South's oldest rivalry. Deep South's oldest rivalry, Randy. Can't say the South's oldest. Deep South's oldest rivalry, because I don't know if you knew this, but
whatever you're about to say, I don't know.
North Carolina and Virginia.
Wow.
Is actually the oldest. And boy, that is a rivalry, isn't it?
It's a tough one.
That's one people talk about quite a bit, sure. Yeah, I mean, I think there's one more out there that maybe has played.
Sewanee or someone like that.
Yeah, just like somewhere across the spectrum, not even out of the South, but it's one of the oldest rivalries in all of college football. But it goes back quite a way, and it's so close. I mean, 3 games separate. The only reason that's 3 games is because of the dominance Georgia has had over the last decade. But even the point totals in this matchup are incredibly, remarkably close. So it's been a fun rivalry over the years. We'll talk about that. We'll break down some of those numbers. Georgia coming in as the number 4 team. They are number 4 in the playoff, as they were positioned there last week on Tuesday evening. Auburn, what are they, 12, 13 now? Did they drop another spot to 13?
12, I think. It may have been 13 having an off week. You may be right.
So anyway, a lot to still to play for Auburn. Obviously a lot to play for Georgia. Auburn could be a spoiler. They could get back in this thing to beat Georgia and Alabama. Their playoff hopes certainly not dead, not out of the picture. So again, a lot to talk about. Auburn baseball about to sign one of the better recruiting classes in all of the country. Butch Thompson continues on a extremely good path with that program. This will be year 5 for him. Hard to believe it's been that long. This will be year 5 coming up for him. But also Mickey Dean signing the number 4 softball recruiting class in the country. Number 2 player in the country, a right-handed pitcher out of Maryland, I believe. Just phenomenal stats. Looks like to be an extremely good class. This will be year 3 for Mickey Dean. So a lot of things going around, going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We'll talk about those. And love to get your comments again as usual. But Randy, good to see you today. It's been a while.
Glad to be up here, Andy. And it has been a while. I've been nestled up in Dadeville, Alabama at our production facility as often as I can. And I guess I should take this opportunity to say that if you're needing signs and T-shirts and stuff, I am the guy that you can call on for that. But no, we're really busy and glad to be down there. But glad to be up here with you, Andy. It is Georgia Week. Do you despise Alabama or Georgia more? That's my question of the day. What you think?
That's a good one. I got to go with Alabama, but Georgia has they've made a push forward here in the last several years, I'll admit. There's something about that. Brett and I talked about that the other day. Used to refer to this as kind of like a brotherly rivalry. We were so similar, and they are. Both the schools are similar, the towns are similar, and everything, so much to it. But I don't know, it's gotten bitter, it seems like. And, I thought about that, and I told him the other day, it seemed like it's gotten bitter in the last 5 or 6 years, maybe 10 years. And then I thought, well, we did turn the hoses on them in '86. So maybe it's always been kind of bitter. We just didn't really want to acknowledge it as that.
It just seems more than it was. And for you old timers out there, and I don't know how, I'm becoming an old timer now, Andy. We're starting to look like an old timer. I was at the gym yesterday, and he's not a kid. He's a young man that played football here locally at a high school, and so Brett and I were talking to him. And he looked over and he had no problem saying this. This is what you and I are starting to look like, Andy, by the way. He said, man, you look like a lot younger in person than you do on TV. And I said, man, I'm telling you, when you got 22, 23, 24-year-old young men saying you look a lot younger and more young in person than you do on TV, that tells you what you and I are starting to look like.
Is that an insult or a compliment? I don't know.
I don't know how to take it either, other than at some points you do look really old. Yeah. That's the only way that I did take that. But I do wonder, it's there's something in the air. There's something about this rivalry that has taken a turn maybe for the worse. And I don't know that it's not some of the hits that were placed a few years ago, maybe with D. Ford, Nick Fairley before that. Maybe if there's some discontent with the Georgia fans on some of those, the big play that Auburn hit them with after they make that massive comeback to win that game. I don't know if any of you have seen the picture this week that's rolling around on Twitter that's actually got Derek Brown is right dead in the middle of the back of the end zone, filming it with his little phone. That's a great picture. And he said he can remember it, but he hadn't seen the shot until it started coming around on Twitter. But it's kind of funny how everything kind of comes full circle. But do you think that has something to do with it?
Maybe so. That probably does. You know, I go back to that 2005 game. You know, I mean, that seemed like the one where it really got under their skin. You know, Brandon Cox to Aruma Shadu. Then he fumbles down there, you know, right going in the end zone. We end up kicking a field goal and winning. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it seemed like that win just tore them up for some reason. And they paid us back for it in spades for the next few years, it seemed like. But I think that Nick Fairley, you know, getting after, and you know, there've been some personal fouls, and that, you know, and it led to a couple of fights in that game. That was the one that it may have turned for the that really started to get a bitter kind of feel to it. And
that D. Ford hit. They just keep playing.
That was just clean, though.
I feel sorry for Aaron Murray every time I see the shot, though.
Yeah.
Because the guy, I'd have to think twice about football. I love football. I always love football, but I'd have to think twice if I took one like that. First off, did he get knocked out on the hit?
I don't think he lost consciousness, but he definitely felt it for a few weeks.
And he's since then come out and said that he thought, I mean, is this sport for me?
Yeah.
After that hit. And when I watch it on TV, I'm like, man, just stop showing it. Yeah. This is one of those that, for the mothers that are out there that are trying to decide if little Johnny and little Jimmy is going to have an opportunity to play football, which unfortunately I think too many of us are losing that battle these days, but that's a whole nother show and a couple of segments in the off season that we can battle through. But the more of that shot that's shown out there, the more losses that there are to the 12-year-old kid that's wanting to play middle school football.
That's probably true. But again, that was fun. I mean, you know, he did make reference to that, talking about, you know, I for the next week I contemplated, do I really want to do this? And after you watch it, that pretty much tells the tale. Got some comments already coming through, and look, apparently I'm in the minority. Georgia seems to be the most despised right now, but it's close for at least the people that are commenting on it.
I'm going to go with Georgia, and the reason that I'm going with Georgia is I'm almost numb to Alabama right now.
Yeah.
As long as Nick Saban's there. You know, I think we can despise them again once he's gone, and we don't have to deal with whatever that cyborg is over there that's coaching them. But, you know, if we beat Alabama, I'm proud to do it right now. But I've almost succumb to the fact that we're going to get them at home every once in a while, and I hope that we do this year because it's a nice setup, but they're going to beat our brains dead in several other years after that. Have you not succumbed to that?
Well, I mean, that seems to be the pattern.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but I can't succumb to that with Georgia. They are not to that level, and they haven't been to that level, and that may be part of the problem. Auburn's snuck in that championship in 2010 and played for another in 2013, and they haven't won one since '80. So you think that's got a little to do with it. And they got everything in the world possibly going for them to get them over the hump, and they can't get over the hump.
And they came about as close as you can possibly come and just had it snatched right out of there.
From that same Alabama team I just talked about.
Exactly. So, yeah, that may have something to do with it as well. I don't know. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama. For all your building supply needs, home decor tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Right now is a great time to refinance your mortgage. Interest rates happen to be very, very low right now. It's time to be proactive. So give them a call at Mortgage Pro. That's the Eric McKinley team, 256-397-0248. They are saving people thousands of dollars each and every day. That's real money in your pocket. Mortgage Pro, 256-397-0248. We are coming up on our first break here on the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday, but we're just getting started. Love to hear from you. Talk about Auburn and Georgia, the game on Saturday, 2:30 on CBS. Right after this.
Now available for the first time since 2005. Take to the road like you own the company or like you work for it.
With Employee Pricing Plus at the Black Friday sales event going on at Bice Motors. Save up to $7,435 on 2019 Jeep Renegade, Compass, and Grand Cherokee. Save up to $12,000 on 2019 Ram trucks in stock.
This Black Friday is going to be big.
Shop now during the Black Friday sales event at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Hidley Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, where your family at Hidley Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. The road to Jordan-Hare continues this Friday on WOTM with live second round AHSAA playoff coverage featuring the Central Clay Volunteers traveling to Walker County to take on the Jasper Vikings. Stay with WOTM each Friday for live games every round of the playoffs and on to Jordan-Hare for exclusive TV coverage of the AHSAA Super 7, only on WOTM.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show. Looking at the Auburn and Georgia matchup, a lot being made about how seriously Auburn is taking this game. The coach staff, Brandon Marcello, in his article, I think last night or this morning, talked about how the offensive coaching staff has been there spending long hours, and Gus Malzahn's he burning the midnight oil, and all this kind of, not that you don't take every game seriously, but this is the way he defined it. This game is seen as a potential culture changer for the program moving forward. With LSU on the rise, Texas A&M spending all the money in the world to be relevant, and Alabama being Alabama, the lone wolf that can be taken out at this point appears to be Georgia. Bulldogs are the new challenger over the last few years, and it's time to start revising that storyline if Auburn wants to remain successful on the field and on the recruiting trail.
I tend to agree with him.
You put that much on this game?
Yes, and here's the reason. I just told you that I've succumbed to the fact that, yes, we're going to beat Nick Saban every once in a while. And that's going to be better than most programs out there, by the way. Gus Malzahn's beaten him more than anybody else in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
So I've succumbed to that. I'm over that. I hope we beat them this year, and I feel good about it. But Georgia, we got to keep up with. We can't let them run away from us, Andy. And it's such a necessity for Auburn to go over there and recruit well. Look at some of our best players on this squad, right out of the state of Georgia. Derek Brown, the #1 player in the state of Georgia, when Auburn goes over there and grabs him out. We have to recruit that area well, and we have. I think that it's, would I call it a culture changer? I'd call it a perception changer. We just ran them out of the gym the last time they came to Jordan-Hare. Mm-hmm. Can we do that again? Can we beat them handily? The second time in back-to-back home meetings against Georgia, and they've owned us. Look, they've owned the series outside of a few years, and those are the years that Auburn's done something special. But the other years, they've owned us, and we got to get back to where that's not consistently the fact.
If we want to stay up, if Auburn wants to stay up there with the Alabama, LSU, he throws in. It was been back and forth with LSU, but Auburn's lost 3 straight to LSU now. Now, Texas A&M on the other hand, Auburn's won 3 straight and won 4 out of 5. Mm-hmm. So we're ahead of Texas A&M. Don't care how much money they're spending right now.
Agree.
We're ahead of Texas A&M, but we're falling behind LSU apparently. Alabama is what it is. Everybody's behind Alabama chasing them. But Auburn is, at least throwing some punches in there occasionally. You're right. Georgia is the one that we really, really need to turn around, for recruiting purposes, if nothing else. But it's been What did we say in the last 14 years, Auburn's 3-11 against Georgia?
That
Think about
feels
that.
right.
Think about that.
10, 13, and 17.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's scary bad.
I mean, since that throw Brandon Cox made in 05, we are 3-11.
My. I didn't realize it was that bad. You just said it out loud.
Yeah.
But
so maybe
yeah,
it is that big a deal.
I think that it is, Andy. And we've lost some very bad football games in that mix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my, some that you go back and you say, please, why would you let that one get away from you? Or why did you not take advantage of being better than Georgia that year and you couldn't? So, look, they've got all the grounds to stand on. This isn't a good rivalry right now. When you've won 11 out of 14, you own us. And the only times that Auburn's won has been when we played for SEC championship games and 2 times that we've won a national title. But all 3 of those years we played for the SEC championship. Yeah. So it took great Auburn teams, if that's how you weigh what greatness is, going to the SEC championship game if you're Auburn, to beat them. That's a problem. This would be 2 in a row, though, and that would be a big-time culture change.
The only problem is that when I think about this game, and here's the other point, when Auburn has beaten Georgia, they've had over 500 yards of offense. When they've lost to Georgia, they average about 256 yards of offense. When I look at this Auburn team, which is more likely?
Against this Georgia defense?
Against this Georgia defense.
The 256
yeah.
is more likely, but that's hard to say too, though, because outside of a few years between 6 and 10, this is by far the best Auburn defense that I can think of in that next stretch.
Oh, yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
And when you say that, Andy, that means that this Auburn defense at home can do what they did to them last time they came to Jordan-Hare, where they just couldn't do anything. And Fromm kind of got, I think, a lot like what happened to Bo Nix on 2 road games this year. Fromm played like that against Auburn a couple of years ago. And can it happen again? I think that it can. You've watched Fromm much this year. I think that's the reason his coach, Kirby Smart, just was practically on the field squalling at the end of the last game where they take Florida down, because he's so happy for Fromm and he's so happy for himself to not have to deal with the Justin Fields talk out there that's going on. Guy that's a Heisman contender, has taken Ohio State to the #1 team in the country. They're back and forth with LSU right now, but I think Ohio State's one of the teams that's going to be there at the end, no doubt about that. And you know, he was, but Fromm's been questionable. And if you put pressure back there on him, that South Carolina loss, Andy's bad loss.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch all the game?
I did.
They couldn't move it.
No.
They weren't going to.
And, I mean, turned the ball over. I mean, 3 picks and a fumble, I think.
Yeah, but he looked inept.
Yeah.
There are moments where you make good throws and great defensive plays are made. He looked like it was mental out there on the field, like he had the yips a little bit.
And look, the other thing too for Georgia, we got to get it to a break here, but they're supposed to have the best offensive line in the SEC, if not one of them in the country, and yet they only run the ball for 215 yards a game. Now, 215 yards a game is good, but the way Georgia wants to play and wants to run the ball, they should be running it for probably 240, 250 a game.
Swift is not taking over the SEC like I thought that he may a couple of years ago. If we can hold him, and I said this to Brett, and I know we're up against the break, but if we can hold him from hitting us with a big 60-yard type play, I don't think they'll rush the football for 175 yards against Auburn. I don't believe it.
Up against the break. We'll be back with more right after this.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. About 30 more minutes in today's show. Talking a lot about Auburn and Georgia. Of course, it is that week upcoming on Saturday. Auburn and Georgia will decide, well, a lot of things will be decided on Saturday. But we were talking during the break. It's kind of a little bit off the subject, but, Alabama has kind of joined the trend of the new LED lights in the stadium, where you can do a lot of different things with them. You see a lot. Florida Atlantic, I think, has done this. This first place I think I saw it. Pike Road High School Stadium has got this, and that it's I guess it's kind of it's a novelty thing at this point. We'll see if it lasts, but it was announced that Auburn is going to install new LED lights at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Now, will it be the same type of situation? They do say LED lights obviously make it brighter, and it'll make it more visually more crisp on TV if it can get any more. But what's your thoughts on the new LED sensation in college football stadiums?
Well, first off, changing lights out to LED, we do a ton of that with our sign division. It's the easiest sell in the world because it does make signage look better, which is the same as the lighting that you're going to get in the stadium, and it's cheaper in the long run. So the investment's going to come back to you. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. If you're looking for LED light change-outs, we can do them, and we do a lot of them. Back to, do I want to have what Alabama has with the rave on Saturday night? You know, it just, to me, is a little bit funny. And this is an Auburn fan, but boy, you will sit around, and if you ever get into a long discussion with an Alabama fan on changing out uniforms and whether you want to have some different color combinations and new logos and some things, you will go down an old dirty path that you don't want to come back from. I've had some knockdown dragouts with our very own Luke Robinson on the same subject. But to me, it's a little bit like, my gosh, this is so high schooly. It's so, it feels like you're at a rave. You know, when I'm watching on TV, I'm like, man, what in the world is going on here? And for someone to be so traditional and have a traditional feel, and gosh, why would you break tradition when you've got a tradition like none other? And yet you come out there and it is, I don't know, I think it cheapens the product to me. Your thoughts, Andy?
I'll be honest with you, you know, the Braves, they got this at SunTrust Park, but the way, I haven't been to a game, just watching it on TV. You know, whenever a pitching change is made, the lights go down. You know, and everybody gets out their phone. You know, and you have the puts the flashlight on their phone and they do the chop and all that kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
I like stuff like that.
I like that. You know, and that at a baseball game. But I mean, when you got the colors and it's like strobing and everything's going, that's when I'm with you. I'm like, this is just. It's like a disco. I feel like I'm watching Saturday Night Fever.
Well, did you hear? And you know, I saw the president had to tweet out that they were going to change out the brightness of the lights at the top of the stadium after the first home game at Alabama because people that were in the upper deck were literally getting sick to their stomach. Because, I mean, it's just so visually. And I thought, oh my gosh, the president of the athletic director, it may have been the athletic director, has to come out because he's getting such backlash on this and make a statement that's going to be sitting out there forever. I mean, maybe it's just me.
Well, you know, we'll see if Auburn, we may have to.
What's your favorite stadium, Andy? Just thoughts, you know.
In college?
What's your favorite, even if you haven't been there, what's your favorite venue, even not necessarily just college football? But in sports in general?
Always been kind of partial to Fenway.
Okay.
Just, I like the nostalgia of that.
Keep
I like
going.
the Green Monster.
You're getting somewhere.
Okay. Always, let's see. You
like Wrigley?
Yeah.
Like the Rose Bowl?
Don't know. I never, I mean,
like
obviously
scenery
never been
and stuff
there.
around, though?
Pretty cool. Chavez Ravine.
Yeah.
Great backdrop to that stadium. Very iconic. I would like to go.
I wonder how many of you, when does a new age stadium jump into any of those for most fans out there? I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to go out to the Rose Bowl and they put LED lights in and we're in a rave? Does it not take, I mean, what if you were at Wrigley? What if all of a sudden they wanted to tear Wrigley down? Why in the world would you ever tear Wrigley down? Doesn't it take away? I mean, there's something, you know, one of my favorite out there, unfortunately, it just happens to be over in Athens, but I love their venue.
Yeah.
Built into the, you know, into that community. It's in a beautiful area. I like the stadium. Yes, the walkways and everything are terrible. There's something about that stadium that I wouldn't want to change up much because it has an old nostalgic feel. No, Bryant-Denny doesn't have a nostalgic feel to it, but where they've taken the rave on Saturday nights is a little far to me.
Well, the rave may be coming on.
I think it is. It's to be expected. I mean, why wouldn't we go the rave?
It doesn't necessarily. I mean, it didn't say that they will use it in that fashion, but they will have LED lights, which again, I think every stadium is going to end up with LED lights.
It doesn't make sense not to.
It doesn't. You know, you don't have to turn things into a discotheque.
Okay. You can move on from there. I'm probably going to get a little grief out there from Alabama fans and family on that whole rave comment.
That night, baby. Scott says, what's up? Nobody likes Georgia, Patrick says. A lot of people despise Georgia more than Alabama. As I said earlier, that seems a little surprising to me, but read some more comments. Actually abhor Georgia more than Bama, says Jerry. Who's having a better season, Marlon Davidson or Derek Brown?
Well, it was Marlon Davidson the first of the year, but Derek Brown has taken that one over. He's a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. He's proving that. Looks the part, playing the part. Marlon Davidson's having a much better year than any of us expected.
Surely.
Would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So from expectations, I think we're getting what we hoped and expected from Derek Brown, but we're getting a better version of Marlon Davidson that we've seen, and it hadn't been a bad version for the last 3 years. It's just a much better version, and one that I go, he's an NFL player. He's going to make him some money.
I believe
I wasn't positive with that.
I can't believe this is all due to giving up cheeseburgers or whatever it was. He gave up some fast food, I think, or something during the offseason.
And you change your body frame, your body style when you come into Auburn weighing 275, and you're wanting to play a defensive end, some kind of, that's too heavy.
Hope gets a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back, and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom-fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Baden Toyota. We'd like to announce our new lifetime warranty on any new Toyota.
Hashtag lifetime warranty.
Hashtag we love our customers.
It can be used nationwide at no additional cost. Hashtag customer service. So come on by and let us show you the Baden way.
Hashtag maintenance matters.
Hashtag totally awesome.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga. Just a short drive from home or online.
Hashtag your neighborhood dealership.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you for only about 20 more minutes in today's show, talking about Auburn and Georgia. Jonathan says, got to be better in the red zone. Have to score TDs instead of field goals. Bo will have to make plays running and throwing.
Well, he's been able to run the football better than I expected, and he could run it much better. But at this point in time, Andy, without Joey Gatewood on the roster, how much are you going to put Bo Nix into a situation where he could have one hit and you're down to who? Booby? Is Booby up next? Is that where we are?
I think you'd start with Sandberg.
I don't think so.
It wouldn't last long, but
I think we'd go to the Wildcat.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 80-90% Wildcat?
We pretty much did that a few years ago when we went over to Georgia and had one of the worst offensive games known to man. I wish we would have stayed in the Wildcat with Kerryon Johnson. I think we'd have won the football game, but we didn't.
Yeah, if we don't throw a pass, we win the football game. Probably.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, no, if they don't intercept it and run it in to start the second half, no way we lose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how many. That's my only answer to that. I don't think that we put him in a situation anymore. You had much better opportunity to do that the first of the year, knowing your backup is maybe a step back, but not a drastic step back.
The thing that killed Auburn, you talk about that 16 year that was so awful. The year before that, Georgia was just as bad, and Auburn a punt return for a touchdown ends up costing them the game. Auburn dead last in punt return coverage, 130th in the country, giving up almost 22 yards a punt return. Special teams. In a game like this, when you got two great defenses and you don't expect a lot of scoring, those kind of things end up being the difference.
Well, punting's got to be great, and it's been up and down this year. Been really good at times. Wasn't it great against LSU?
Yeah.
I mean, and we needed it, and it kept us in the football game.
Yeah.
And pinned them back, and I've heard Gus Malzahn say this, the best punt for him is not necessarily the distance, it's that they don't get any return. And we've got a guy that can do that, but he's been up and down this year. Last year he had a 44-yard per punt average. Where are we this year? 38?
38.1, yeah. 70th in the country.
We're talking about 6 yards per punt difference from what we got as a freshman. It's not quite there. So that's a key point. And you make a good one. We better not let them return because Georgia's been dynamic in the return game for a while.
Do we just punt the ball out of bounds when we play Alabama?
I would. There's no way I'd let Waddle beat me.
Because you better take a picture of that one he ran back against LSU, because he'll do that twice against Auburn if we punt it to him. With our coverage, that's going to be trouble. Anything else jump out at you? I mean,
how good Georgia's defense is.
They are.
The numbers for this defense are 1980s-esque.
They look like Alabama did last
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Alabama did 10 years ago, but 260 total yards per game. Have we seen a number crazy like that? When's the last time we saw a number like that? It's got to be one of those
10
Alabama
points
defenses.
A game.
10 points per game. That's back 74 yards rushing per game. There's no part of this defense that's not terribly
Now,
good.
having said that,
yeah,
Vandy, Murray State,
yeah,
Arkansas State, Notre Dame, who's not, he's not bad, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Missouri. The one team that they played with a decent offense was Florida. I mean, your numbers are going to look good when you play that lot.
We'll see. The only concern I have is Auburn's up and down offensively too. Now, if this was a 13 or 14 Auburn offense, I would look down at these numbers and we're going to get ours. Gus Malzahn, he's a genius. He's our offensive coordinator. Now, we don't know what we get from week to week on the offensive side. The only thing that we can hang our hat on is we got one heck of a defense. But our defense is giving up a touchdown more than their defense is giving up. So something has to give there. What's the best case scenario Auburn offensively, scoring-wise, you can see Saturday, Andy?
I think 24.
So if we got a 24, you'd be thrilled. And you, before we came on, said that you thought this Auburn defense could hold them to 17.
I think we can win if we score 24.
So you like 24 to 17?
I would say 24, probably 20.
Okay. I like that too. And to keep them to 20, I think you got to keep them from hitting big plays.
Yeah,
and
we'll
Swift
get a 17-13 from the booth.
Yeah, and Swift can't get 150.
No.
That's something that can't happen.
Yeah, like you said earlier, we got to hold him to about 150 yards rushing.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
Because they're going to get 0 from the quarterback.
And they're banged up. You know, their offensive line's a little banged up. They're, a couple of receivers, who knows? So we're catching them at a good time. Auburn's coming off 2 weeks of rest. Gus Malzahn never lost after coming off a bye week. A lot of things in Auburn's favor here. 23
carries for 31 yards for Fromm this year. Yeah. No touchdowns. You're going to get 0 from the quarterback position rushing football. Bo Nix, 70 carries, 214 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season.
And that's a lot of sacks in there, too. He actually gained a lot more yardage than that.
Yeah.
So.
Fromm, only, 1 sack per game that they're giving up?
Less than half a sack a game.
Wow.
I think they give up 0.6 sacks a game.
No question they have the best pass protection offensive line in the country.
It would seem so.
Because Fromm's not moving around.
No.
Getting out of trouble.
And they don't give up a lot of negative plays. They're really only 3.7 tackles for loss. That's number 1 in the SEC, number 6 in the country. So they don't get behind the chains. That's one of the things. And that goes back to, again, he's Kirby's kind of philosophy of running the football. He's very traditional, 3 sacks in the game from Auburn. That would be nice. That would certainly that Auburn's defensive line will get after him like nobody has this year. I think I feel comfortable in saying that.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
The only team that could was Florida, and Florida played pretty well defensively in the first half against Fromm, especially against the run. But Swift made some plays in the second half and made one big play that changed the dynamic of that football game. And Georgia held them down. They played better in the second half, but I think they had negative yards rushing in the first half. Florida did against Georgia.
Georgia's, when they get in the red zone, they score 97% in the red zone offensively. And they score a lot of touchdowns, 25 of those being touchdowns. So Auburn's got to play. Do they have to play the best game they played all year? Or will the effort they gave against LSU win the game?
I think it will, because I think Auburn, as long as Auburn's defense plays up to the standard they did that day on the road at Baton Rouge, I don't think they'll score a lot.
Up against a break, one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday, right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic, from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. The road to Jordan-Hare continues this Friday on WOTM with live second-round AHSAA playoff coverage featuring the Central Clay Volunteers traveling to Walker County to take on the Jasper Vikings. Stay with WOTM each Friday for live games every round of the playoffs and on to Jordan-Hare for exclusive TV coverage of the AHSAA Super 7, only on WOTM.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy taking you up to 1 o'clock here. Auburn gets off to a 3-0 start. Thrilling win over South Alabama the other night down in Mobile. Isaac Okoro it didn't take long for him to kind of establish himself. And I mean, we're 3 games into the season, and everybody was, talking about the senior leadership we needed. Purefoy needed to step up, Dowdy needed to step up, McCormick needed to step up, Austin Wiley needed to step up, and it's been Isaac Okoro, the one that has stepped up.
Best player on the team, highest ceiling on the team. Austin Wiley is who he is. Not a bad player, but a very just solid. Purefoy's better than I expected at the first of last year. Purefoy's ceiling's high.
Yeah.
His athleticism looks like it's taking a step
He's
up.
probably the best three-point shooter we got.
McCormick's an enigma. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Very athletic.
What happened to the guy that was in the tournament last year?
Well, and I think that he could come back. I'm hoping, but turnovers have been an issue. Shooting is definitely an issue. And if you're watching Jared Harper in the developmental league, who's averaging about 30 points per game, you knew it was a loss, but you're watching now and you're going, yeah, it was a big loss. And we knew that. Dowdy's handles worry me a little. Can he get a shot when he's being defended well? Can he get three-point shots off consistently to put points on the board in games that we're going to be depending on him to do that? I like Purefoy's chance of that better than Dowdy. That's a couple of takes that I have. Anyone else? I like Flanagan.
Mm-hmm.
I think Flanagan in transition's going to get better. He's got a great body. He's a lot bigger guy than his dad ever was.
He is. I like Cambridge.
I like Cambridge
I think he's got a bit of a taller ceiling than some of the rest of them.
I haven't seen enough of Turbo Jones to have an opinion.
Thought he would play more early.
I did too.
Thought Babatunde would play more early.
But reading in between the lines, you could kind of tell that those two weren't going to get the minutes that others. But you're right, the best player on the team is Okoro. His willingness to play defense separates him from most his age. His strength already and athleticism as an 18, 19-year-old freshman separates him. And if he can get us, if he gets anywhere near 15 points per game, that's going to be what Auburn's, that will take Auburn to where we want to go.
Yeah.
But we're going to need him to do that unless someone else steps up that averages that.
Well, I mean, out of nowhere, Jamal Johnson has, hits 4 threes in 17 minutes. He scores 14 points in 17 minutes last night. He's going to have to step up. If we could add another outside shooter that could be consistent from the three-point line, that would certainly help matters as well because, McCormick's not that guy. We need to tell McCormick, you drive the ball.
Yeah.
You just drive because that's
use
what
that
he's good
athleticism.
At. Yeah. Use your strength, do that because I think he's pretty good at that and let the other guys crash the boards when he does that. But Dowdy is what he is. He's going to have games where he struggles handling the ball, like you say, but he's going to also have games where he'll score 25. So I think we're going to take what we can get and live with the rest.
Your thoughts on Austin Wiley?
I think if we get 10 and 10 out of him, we count ourselves lucky.
I agree. I
think
that's who he is.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong.
I don't know
with
what happened. Did you watch the game? I didn't.
No.
We were doing the show Tuesday night.
I off and on.
But I mean, he only played 10 minutes and fouled out. What was? I don't know what happened.
Well, and we had a size advantage, and you could tell easily in the first half you got to go to that guy as often as you can. And the last 2 outings we've had a size advantage.
Yeah.
Can you take advantage of that? It was a good win, Andy. I just worry that we keep telling ourselves we're going to look back on this one at the end of the season. When you start telling yourself the first of the season, every game, we're going to look at that one at the end of the season. That's going to be a win that's going to be a resume builder right there. If you say that every game in the first 10 games, SEC may jump up and bite you.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't going to be a resume builder if you go.
No. I mean, you can keep telling yourself that Davidson's a resume builder.
Yeah.
And South Alabama on the road is a resume builder. But at some point, we are who we are, and I'm proud of who we are. I'm satisfied. My expectations are very, very limited this year. We do have the athleticism to do something special, but I have no expectation that we will.
10 and 8 in the league.
Oh, it'd be thrilled.
Yeah, I was going.
22 or 23 victories and getting into the NCAA tournament. Somebody go hug Bruce again.
Yeah.
Because the recruiting class this year is another step up, and if we keep this recruiting class together, if Okoro hangs around for 3 or 4 years, is that a possibility?
People are jumping to the conclusion that he's a one and done now. I'm not saying that yet.
I'm not either because I think he's got a lot to prove offensively before I can see someone taking him in the first round. And that's the only reason that I would think that you would come out that quick is if you're a first rounder. You think he's a first rounder? Has he gotten a first round grade that I've missed?
I don't know. Do they give him out this early?
I don't know. It's worth checking into.
Do that. Kevin Steele been nominated for the Broyles Award.
Deserves it, Andy.
He was nominated in 2017 as well. How about this? Some former Auburn people nominated for the Broyles Award as well. Ryan Pugh at Troy. Rhett Lashley, your boy, at SMU. And Teddy Roof at App State. I didn't even know he was at App State.
No clue, but Roof has made his rounds.
He has.
And App State, something about that place.
They're top. They're a 20-30 program right now in the country.
And they have been.
Yeah.
They've been a very good program for 20 years, maybe longer than that. Something about that place that does it better than maybe they should. Not that I know a lot about it, but they win a lot more than you would think that the amount of money and exposure and league and all of that says that they should.
Derek Brown, one of 20 semifinalists for the Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year Award, among many, many others.
Add those things to how well he's playing, and it should be fun to see which awards he ends up with. He's going to end up with some big ones. Now, he would help himself tremendously if he would have a couple of Nick Fairley games to close this season out against Georgia and Alabama. And if he happens to, he may win multiple awards.
Yeah. The kid from Ohio State, he out of that now since the suspension?
I think so. Don't you?
I do.
2 games, I think, will knock him out.
Yeah. That's going to wrap it up for us on the Auburn Blitz. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same channel. For Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again.